Alrighty. So today we're going to talk a little bit about how to do a couple things in Photoshop with our silhouette collage. So as you can see here, I'm into the app stream. So I'm going to go to Photoshop. Today we're going to talk about a couple things: how to make our face look like a silhouette, and how to start adding in some of our collaged photos. So as this is loading, just a quick reminder that making sure you're signing in with your Hinsdale access and Hinsdale account, making sure you're putting your email in correctly is always important. Also making sure that you're saving your documents and your photographs to your Google Drive so that you can easily access them in Photoshop. Today we're also going to cover how to create a new document in Photoshop, how to begin using some of the selection tools, which actually allows us to cut out certain images, certain portions of images in Photoshop. We'll also talk a little bit about layers and some of the beginning basics of Photoshop and some of the cool things that we can do here. Okay. Now with the sessions, these sessions are timed. So you have about an hour and a half worth of time in your session. So if you do not save your work at all, it will be gone. Make sure you save your work. Okay, so once we get into Photoshop, we're going to sign in using our information. Close out some of these tabs. Alrighty, so I'm going to punch in my login, so making sure it is totally correct. '86. Remember, some people forget that 86. There's always an 86 at the end of Hinsdale. It will redirect you to a new sign-in. I'm going to re-enter need to sign out of one of my older sessions. Click continue. And it will load up our Photoshop. So a couple things here. So when we get to this document or this screen, there's a lot of things that we can do right from here. The one thing is create new. Okay, so we're going to create a new document. I'm just going to resize this for us. Now on the right, you're going to see a couple things, preset details. It says Untitled 1. We're going to title this my first name, so I'm just going to go Haas Silhouette Collage. I'm going to make this 12 inches wide, 18 inches tall. Okay, make sure you're in inches and not in pixels. Okay, make sure you're inches. All right. There's a little orientation box that will allow you to determine if you want it horizontal or upright. You can choose. It's up to you, but most of these should be in that portrait mode. The resolution, that talks about pixels per inch. So in a Photoshop document, all of our information in the image is made up of what we call pixels. Now, the more pixels in the inch that we have, the more clear the image is or detailed the image is. Okay, so we want to make sure that that's 300 pixels per inch. Background color, all that is okay. I'm going to click create. And there we go. We have a document now. Okay, we have a document. All right. So what we're going to do is input our photograph of our face. So remember, you had to take a portrait selfie of you. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Place Embedded. I'm going to go and click on your computer. You want to click this PC and then click Google Drive. going to go to My Drive. It's going to be loading all the good things inside the Google Drive. And then we're going to go down to where it says Digital Imaging 1. Oh, Unit 1. I'm going to my Photographs folder. And here's some of my photographs that I got for my collage. You'll see that I went into my Google Drive and titled them so that it's easy to find and see what I'm looking for. So I'm going to click my silhouette. That's going to place my silhouette directly on there. I'm going to make this bigger just by grabbing these. Little arrows and resizing this. I'm going to go a little bit bigger. I want my head to take up a majority of it. Now, you don't want your head to like run into the side of the piece and take up too much. You want some good space around. So I'm going to put mine about right there and hit return. There we go. So now we have our photo in here, and you're going to see a couple things over here. One of the things is layers. You're going to want to click on the word layers. Every time we put a photo into Photoshop, it's going to put it in as a layer. So you'll see I have my photo on top of a white background. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to select only my head so that we can remove myself and the background and make it black, so we can make it like a silhouette. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we're going to go over to our toolbar. So in Photoshop, all of our tools are on the left. And if you hover over the tool, it will tell you what it is. Okay, and if there's a little arrow next to the little icon in the tool menu, that means there's more tools in there. Okay, so we're going to go to our quick selection tool. It's the fourth one down. You're going to click and hold and go to quick selection tool. Now what this does is if I hover over my image, I click and hold and I drag, this lets me kind of quickly select. It's creating what we call these dancing ants, and it's trying to magnify to different colors where there's area of complete different color. But you'll see I'm starting to get like these background, these objects in the background. So I'm going to go to select, and I want to deselect that. I don't want that. So I'm going to go to select, deselect. Now Photoshop is cool in the sense that it'll automatically decide that you kind of want just the face. That's what it is you're looking to select. So if you click select subject, watch this. It automatically will find that selection for you. Taking a little while, and boom, look at that. So if you look, it has drawn these dancing ants around my hair, around my nose, around my mouth, around my chin. And look, it follows exactly to that space, which is awesome. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, and I'm going to hit delete. I apologize. I'm not going to hit delete. I'm going to actually hit select inverse. So I'm going to go up to the top. I'm going to go to select inverse. So right now the dancing ants are around my face. I want them around the outside because I want to make that black. So I'm going to go inverse. Okay. I'm going to then come over to the bottom. We're going to add a new layer. So if you look, you see create new layer. I add a new layer. And then I'm going to go to the top left, edit, fill. And then where it says contents, I'm going to choose black. So what this is doing is I've inversed the selection to where I want everything in the background black, and I want the area where I'm at empty. So I'm going to click black, click OK. I'm going to go to select. A little slow. Deselect. And then I'm going to go down, and if you see my silhouette layer, I'm going to delete that. And now I simply have the outline of my face. So that is how we go ahead and get that silhouette done, and we get that background squared away. All right, so that's your assignment for today. Get your photo of your face into Photoshop. Create a new document that's 12 inches by 18 inches. Remove yourself from the photograph and create that silhouette background. Okay. Then you're going to save this. So you're going to go to File, Save As, save on your computer. It's already titled Haas Silhouette Collage. We're going to save it as a Photoshop. It's already set up. I'm going to go to this PC. I go Google Drive, My Drive, Digital Imaging 1, Unit 1, and this is current work. This is not finished. So I'm going to go to Current, and I'm going to click Save. And you should be good to go. Alrighty, you guys. Best of luck to you. Have a good time. Try to get that selection nice and neat and clean as best as you can. And then fill that with the background. Okay? Let me know if you need help.